Good evening. Now, I hope you really can hear me here. Well, I hope you can. My name is Joseph Samuel Catalano III, and this is an official message as I move forward in my campaign for President of the United States in 2028. Tonight is not about perfection. Tonight is about growth. Tonight is about setting a standard because that's what this country is missing right now. No more polished politicians. Not more empty promises, not more people telling you what you want to hear. I hope you enjoyed my complete sign language of what I'm telling you now, because yes, I did everything in the alphabet. Everything was correct. We're missing a standard, a real one, a standard built on honesty, a standard built on integrity, a standard built on doing what even when it's cost you. And let me tell you something straight up, that's not easy. It really is not easy because doing the right thing will cost you people. It will cost you friends. It might cost you family. It will definitely cost you comfort. But at the end of the day, you're getting something more valuable. You get to look at yourself in the mirror and know you didn't lie and you didn't fold. And that's where I stand. I don't fold. I don't give the fight up. And I'll fight for everything that needs to be fixed in this country. Now, let me be very clear about who I am. I want to be very clear on this. I'm not the smartest man in the room. I never claimed to be. I don't need to be the richest man in the room because I never claimed to be that either. I don't need I don't need to be what I am is a man who listens, a man who pays attention, a man who understands that truth is not found in one voice, it's found in the middle. Too many people today, they hear one story and they react. They take sides. They pick this one, they pick that one. This one told me that. Oh, this one. I heard today I live in the back house where I was supposed to been evicted at. Do you know how dumb that sounds? If I was so called evicted out of the property, how can I be living in the back house? The fantasy is I don't even have an income. Stop, reset. You don't have to be with me. If you don't like me, if you think I'm crazy, don't vote for me. Don't follow me. But I promise you, I will give the fight it needs to be the president of the United States. I have a strong platform. Everything I've talked about, and I got plenty of, I got reform on healthcare. I got reform on uh, the prison reform. I got it on Veterans Act. I got at least 30 acts behind me here that I put together. And I understand it's 24/7 a day being president. Okay. I know the time you have to be. I know what this job takes. So my question is this. Are you going to continue to take my campaign into satire and put it part of the Daviverse? Because I have to separate the two. And I have to do it. I have to be strong. I cannot play these games anymore. Because I do have to have that image if I'm running for president of the United States. I can't be going off and letting people bait me to clout chase me. And that's exactly what was done yesterday. That's not leadership. That's me being a fool. How does somebody say, I think he's filed a campaign? What do you think? I've been doing this for my health? You think I'm just trying to be, what work would there be here? I'm not even good at podcasting. You guys set that example. You guys made me some moron. You won't let me be a normal human being. I'm the one that put everything out there. I put it out there for good reason. Not for you to lie and twist and clout chase. And they know they're doing what they're doing because they know my name no matter whether it's good or bad. I'm talked about all over the place. And they know that's going to get them what they want to get noticed. When they are too chicken hearted to admit that this is what they live for. And it's the truth. They want me to be truthful, which they say I'm not. But none of them want to be truthful, and none of them are truthful. They all want to lie and make up shit on me. That's fine. Yes, I'm emotional, and I have to control my emotions when I'm in the capacity of running for president of the United States. And when I win that seat, I have to really compose myself with my temper and hold back. But see, then I become a phony like them because I thought being transparent and being my personality Shouldn't matter as long as I'm getting the job done. So here's the deal. I'm going to do what I'm expected to do. But when I start making results, when I get in office, I'm going to go back to my old personality. And people, it's not going to matter because he's getting the job done. This country is running the best it's ever had. I don't care if he's not wearing a suit. I don't care if he's cussing up some fan because it shouldn't matter. The problem is we're not put on earth to judge anybody, but everybody judges. And that is everybody's downfall. My downfall is, which I think it could be good for me to be transparent and talk about my mistakes because none of you people will do that. None of you is going to go on and tell detail for detail about what you've done wrong. But I'm wrong for doing that. You're wrong about that too. You guys should be looking at what I'm going to build. And I'm not asking for nobody's vote. I'm asking you to give me a chance. And you continue to mess with me and everything I'm doing and want to go make up fantasy that it's not real. I don't know how much realer it can get. Everybody has an opinion. That's true. Everybody's entitled to opinion because the First Amendment allows it. And I agree with it. But I digress. Real leadership is patience. I have to learn better patience. Real leadership is discipline. I have to discipline myself better. Or put it all to me. Real leadership is saying, I hear you, but I need to hear the other side too. Because the truth is rarely clean. It's messy. It always is. People think it's black and white across the board. There's a lot of gray areas in life. It's uncomfortable. And sometimes it goes against the people you love. And sometimes it goes against the people that come in and they really do want to watch a good show or they want to listen. And some people that really do are fans. Most of you are just here to make a mockery out of everything I do. Because loyalty is a beautiful thing, but loyalty doesn't make something right. I've learned that much. A lot of people, loyalty is a beautiful thing. But if you base loyalty and still make it a lie, then it's defeating the purpose. If it's your brother, your mother, your sister, your own child, loyalty is supposed to be there, correct. But if they're doing something that's breaking the law or hurting this country, you can't be loyal to them. You have to do what's right by law. And I know that better than anybody because I've broken the law many times in my life. And the other thing is that really is absurd that you people think once a criminal always go, you'll never change. I'll tell you what, then you've never grown anywhere in your life if that's what you believe. Quit being shallow-minded. People do change. People can be a person that murdered 7, 8 people in their life, got a second chance to get out and come out and be the greatest person in the world and save 100 people. You don't want to kill them when you want to save. People can change. It don't matter what you did wrong. If you want to change, you want to be a better person, you do that and you can do that. Anybody can do that. What I can't understand is why everybody thinks that people can't. Is it because you can't? Because you're really hiding and protect. You're really doing what you do to hide what you are. And you see, the other thing is I care too much. I shouldn't even let a spark of my eye over anything from this chat room. And everybody's right. People are right. Focus. You can do this because my policies are outstanding. And I could make a lot of other things better. And I'm very serious about we have to put our country first. I'm not saying F the other countries. What I'm saying is when they come calling to us and say, we're in trouble, we need your help. We have to politely say, listen, we understand, we're with you, we pray with you. But we've got some problems we have to fix in our country. We got 32,000 homeless vets who went at either our request or volunteered to join the services, the Marines, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, on their own free will to make this country a better country for the American people. So we must, when they land back on American soil, show them, thank you for what you did for us. Thank you for making this a better place. Not, okay, get in line, fill out a form, we'll get back to you. Oh, you got lost in the system. Oh, you need mental health? Let me tell you something. I think I posted it. I think I've read 132 pages I've already got written on the Veterans Act. And I believe there's a lot of mental health stuff in there too. That's one of the first things I think that's in there. We get them if they were wounded and they have to go to the hospital. We take care of whatever the wound is and get them as healthy as we can. Then the second part is going to be mental because PTSD is going to be definitely there. So of course they need mental. They need to talk to psychiatrists. They have to we have to give them good mental health. Not when they go to the VA and be scared to death because people treat them like they're garbage. There's, I believe, $380 billion budget for the entire Veterans Act, but yet there's still homeless people. As I tried to explain, we own tons of federal properties that are being unused. So call me crazy. Call me nuts for caring. Call me nuts for wanting to do something. But get off the couch, get out of the bed and want to do something for the American people. Because I'm an American, I want to do it for myself, my family, and your families. And I show respect to all soldiers. I wasn't a service person myself, but I definitely respect all of them. Especially when they're willing to give up their life to make me have a better place to live. And anybody that wants to desecrate a military personnel or any vet that went over and served in a war, or whether there was no war going on, they just served to make this a better place. And you got the audacity to even joke about something with them. I got to question your patriot. I got to question it. That you are not a loving person. You are not a person with respect. Because everything in life is not a joke. And maybe the biggest mistake I made was entering into this realm. Because I could have went on, never entered this realm and be running for president. You guys would be, wow, that guy's really good. And he's never been a politician? Man, I'd be the smartest guy in the world to you people. Because I allowed you to put a bad name on me and make me into some clown at your amusement. I allowed it. I should have stopped it right when it happened. And I did. I went along with the program. And you know what? That's on me. And to hear people say, I'm blaming, I don't blame anybody. I always have been accountable. Because I can get you 10 people in that chat room to tell you, I've always told the truth and I've always been accountable for my actions. And there's one person in that chat room I know, if you hear Chris back, will tell you, he's telling the truth. People have questioned me on things I said, and he's researching that. He's telling the truth. Because he is a person that don't just pick one side and listen to the gossip. He investigates the whole situation. He gives the person a chance. I've never once disrespected that man. And I never will, because he's a class act. He's intelligent. And I hope to God I can convince him to come be part of my campaign. Because if he does and helps me get to the White House, that man will write his own ticket to be a position in the White House working for the President of the United States. He'll set his own precedent because I know how smart he is and I know how much he cares. There's a few other people in there that I like to bring along. But the ones that just, I was very disappointed in the TSN. Yes, I was told it was going to be a serious thing. So don't even say that I must have known, because I left immediately when I felt this. You guys are just clowning me. I did the right thing. I got out of there. But I gave them the benefit of the doubt. So I'm wrong for that, I guess, too. And I guess Nick spoiled the fact that he's going to be on my podcast on Tuesday. I had nothing to do with that. Lou told me after the fact after he booked him. But I told him this. I like Nick. I got no problem with Nick. So if Nick thinks I got a problem with him, he's making a mistake. I think he's a hypocrite. But he's welcome on my channel. Lou's one of my good friends. I see him every day. I talk to him every day. So I'm okay with him making a decision on his own to bring someone on. Usually he'll tell me or discuss it, but he figured that I've been on Nick's show and I'm pretty cool with Nick. I am. I just disappointed him because he's a hypocrite. But again, I have to really be correct, political correct how I attack somebody. He is a political show endeavor. That don't mean I ever have to do his show again, because I don't look at him as a real political show anymore, because he don't look at me as a real candidate. You can't have one thing and not the other. That's the problem I have with people. You can't be the ones to judge me and talk bad about me, and then I got to keep my mouth shut. It shouldn't have to be like that. Nobody should be tied down because they're running for president to keep the realness and be themselves. because you guys set standards that have got no meaning to nothing. If a man is a very vocal and he's a jerk off and he tells people off and he's got a temper, but he runs this country the way it's supposed to be, why would you care how his personality is? That's the problem with this country. Everybody labels everything. Nobody's ever labeled me. I don't do rules well. I don't, but I respect rules. There's a difference, you understand? I don't do rules well, but I respect them and will follow them. You understand that, right? You understand the difference? How do you go calling me a very dumb person to saying he's got some intelligence? Which one is it? Am I intelligent or am I a dummy? Or is it just a moment because you want to clout chase? And if you think you're not clout chasing as happy as you are, how you're going to get on that plane and go be 5 days in Las Vegas to meet Eco Pineapple? Wow! They treat me good. You have a little bit too much to drink tonight, maybe? I never threatened you or your husband either. Tell another lie. Just like the message never said to put a leash on you. You're delusional. You want this so bad, it's unbelievable. And it's so obvious, but yet you're going to try to convince everybody you're the good person. You're not. You're not. You're a clout-chasing fool, just like most of these people are. And all I said was, if your husband didn't like it, then he could tell me. Never said I was coming to beat you or your husband up. So go ahead. Or your statement, I'm not that way, I can go to the police. They're going to laugh at you because I didn't make no threats. Do you see what you're doing? You're trying to manipulate and make everybody like you. I don't care who likes me. You do. As long as I'm real and correct, and I stay true and with transparency, and I fucking work hard at this campaign and do everything 100%. It don't matter who likes me. As long as I know I look in the mirror every day, and I know I take care of my children, and I know I take care of my grandchildren, and I know my wife is happy. I know I live in a beautiful home. I know what really happened in the court proceeding with the other house. Everybody, that's court call. No, it's not court call. 0 was the disposition of the case. Closed, 0 owed. Not court call to him. If you guys are too ignorant to understand that, then don't make a comment on it at all. But you can't. Why? Either one, you just can't not be serious in life, or 2, you're the dumbest person in the internet. Or you just can't comprehend nothing. That's all I got to say. From now on, I'm going to mind my P's and Q's, and I'm going to work on my campaign. That's all that's on my mind. That's all that's going to happen. I'm going to move forward and take my steps, get my signatures in the states I need to get, and get on the ballot and take it from there. And keep working hard on what I believe in and what the American people want. The rest is on you. Again, people say, I was going to donate to his campaign, but I don't want to. Do you know how dumb it sounds like that? When I tell you, there's no way of not getting caught if you take that money and misappropriate it. There's no way you can get away with it. No way. I wouldn't even think of that. When I opened the campaign bank account, when I went down and filed with the IRS, all the paperwork I needed, and all the legal paper I needed to be on the ballot, to be registered vote, to be registered as a president candidate, and then Florida had to fill out all the paper, get permission. I had to show the bank account that I opened, and then they cleared me, stamped it, said you can go early. Some states I can't even go into state to get signatures until 2028. Florida's wide open. Go ahead, but if you go into a non-public spot, if you're not on a public sidewalk, like you want to go into a Walmart, make sure if it's out in front or at an end that you get permission from Walmart. Make sure you follow all the rules. I understand that. Or maybe if you talk to Walmart, they might let you stand inside in the air conditioner with a table. I've seen that happen. Go to the library. Go to the veteran hall. Go to the VA. But I still got to get permission unless I'm outside on the public property. Then they can't do nothing to me. But I want to be inside interacting. Today, Ms. Shauna, who is ready to come on board, and I'm telling you right now, I need $145,000. With her alone, it's going to be done. Because she's been out there talking in the neighborhoods. And she knows I'm a kind person with a temper. I got no reason to bash her because she's always been kind and respectful to me. Kai Bracaccio's been kind always to me, never lashed out to him. Lou and I, we bicker on the show, but that's all for her show. You guys, everybody else is allowed to put on a show and perform, but when I do it, I'm a liar, piece of garbage. I play a character in my real name the best I can. It's just like I appreciate the compliment that I'm getting better at speech talking. Of course, you get better when you keep doing it. It's like anything else. When you first start out riding a bicycle, you're terrible. You fall down all the time. Same with a motorcycle or a car. When you play sports, unless you keep doing it, till you get either you're going to get good or you're never going to get good. I'm a natural ability to speak. I just have to be more natural. It take a few times. I'll get better. By another 30 to 60 days, I'll be a pro at this. But they keep saying he's reading. Every president in life reads off a teleprompter. They do not write their speeches. This is fact. So I'm looking for volunteers. Chris Mack, the offer stands. If anybody wants to be serious in their state, I have to start putting together teams now to get ready and we have to go. I have to, if once I get the volunteers, I have to go over all the rules and laws in your state. I have to get every manual from each state, which I got most of them coming, and then we can sit down as a team and prepare you for what has to be done to get the signatures. Do something right for your country. Don't do it for me, do it for your country. Do it for a man that's willing to speak his voice and help for real and not just give you a bunch of song and dances and look at a mic with a nice fancy suit and then do nothing. I'm willing to go out there every day and do what needs to be fixed. I'll be the thorn in their side that will not stop till they fix it. That's a fact. So if you want to really volunteer in your state, we need about 8 to 10 volunteers in each state. The ones that need over 100,000, we probably need a team of 15. I have to start putting the teams together, start going over the rules and regulations, and get the forms to you. Printing is going to be the biggest thing, but it can be done. It can be done. So when I hear people say, I was going to donate, quit lying. Quit trying to push the blame on if he gets a Trump out of your attention. I'm not going to steal nothing because I'm not a thief. I'm not making a mockery out of the United States by doing this because I really want to run for president, and I really am. You just can't stand the fact that I am doing something, and it bothers everybody. Look in the mirror before you throw daggers. Look in the mirror deep and look in the mirror at yourselves and see what you are before you're going to judge me. Because this guy is going to keep going up the ladder and do things right for the rest of my life. I'm done doing the mistakes in my life because I learned enough from all my mistakes to be the person I am meant to be. Take it, leave it for what it's worth. If you're with me and you want to be serious, let me know. You can email me, Catalano 2028 campaign at gmail.com. And let's get to work. Let's do something meaningful and help this country get back on track. If not, no problem. I'll continue still to do it till I build my team. If there's any loyals out there that believe in what I'm doing and believe that my platform is good enough to win, I need you to come on board then and be part of my staff when we get elected. I need lawyers. I need smart lawyers to be around me 24/7. So you can make sure I don't step on myself and get into anything illegal or get sucked into anything that I shouldn't be doing. Or for me, that's not a good way to go. I will listen to the people I put around me. You're only as good as the people that work under you. A good leader and a good boss is as good as the people he puts in front of him and behind him. And I will never ask anybody to do something that I won't do myself. I've been that type of boss my whole life. Yes, I've been a leader my whole life. I've been a boss my whole life. Knock the bull crap off about the jockstrap. That's when I was a teenager and I was washing laundry, putting on the uniform and going out and kept getting up bats. It got much more better than that when I became a manager to run the locker room and do all the behind the scenes stuff. You couldn't even imagine what that job details because you don't care to ask. And most things where behind the scenes people that don't look for fame and don't look for credit are the ones that keep it all together. And you got to be sharp and think quick and be able to do 10 things at one time. And they don't want to hear no and they can't. That's what athletes, they don't want to hear no and they can't. It's yes and I'll get it done ASAP. So don't ever think that you know me, because if you're saying all these crazy things to me, you don't know me. Have a good night. I don't know when I'll be back on. I may just be throwing videos up when I have to make something. I do? All right. My wife just informed me there's a super chat, which let's see who it is. All right. All right. This is from my friend Nick Saw. Can you make at Bacon Bits the director of foreign affairs? I don't even know who he is. I can't make anybody with a name like that anything. But if that man is somebody and he's valuable, and he wants to work in the real world for a person that may be president of the United States, Joseph Samuel Catalano III, I would consider that if he's the right man. But as far as a Bacon Bit 64, no, I couldn't put nobody named Bacon Bit in. I could put the whatever who he really is in. So yes and no to that question. Is he serious or does he want to make more jokes? Because if you're I got no time for jokes. But thank you for the $5. I hope you're doing well. I miss talking with you. This ain't about money. Because I already told you yesterday, I don't care if you send me money or not. If you want to help for the campaign, you know where to send it. RaiseTheMoney.com, Joseph Samuel Catalano. It goes from there to the bank in New York, where it's strictly for the campaign. What we need help with right now in this stage is printing. To print each state's form. I need 140,000 more prints for Florida. I'm doing 1,000 at a time on my own printer from the main paper. It's right now the cheapest way I could do it. But I'd rather just get it bulk printed and call a printer and have them do Florida, or do 4 states at a time. Do Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia, and Kentucky, 5 states. Have the print boxes mailed to the people that are volunteers in those states, go directly to them, call the bank up, send the invoice in, and they can pay the printer. This way it cuts out all the time. I don't need to go into the bank out, take out the money, go pay the guy, or put it on the card. I don't need to do none of that. Let the bank handle it. That's what they're for. And even if I wanted to, I have to have 2 signatures from the bank before I can touch that money. So if I'm saying I need petty cash, why do you need petty cash? Well, I need to get pens and clipboards. Okay? As soon as you buy them, send the receipt immediately. If it doesn't say what I said, you're going to jail for campaign fraud. You see where I'm getting at? Only a fool would try to fool with that. So if you are really serious like I am, come aboard. I would love to work with anybody that wants to help. Anybody that can make me better and make the country better, make me better so I can make the country better, or together we make the country better, is a plus win-win. That's all I can say. I might be not the polished guy you think that I need to be. And I might not be smart at all to you. But up here, I know what I'm doing. I know how to rattle cages, and I know how to make noise. And I know that I'm passionate about when I care about something. And I know I love my children, and I love my grandchildren, I love my family. And I know I love each and every one of you. And I love this country. And all I want to do is right and keep doing things right and keep pushing the people that keep saying no and keep pecking at them until we get it right. There's nobody going to be better to fight, because regular politicians that are polished and rich and wealthy are never going to do nothing but talk in the mic and never do nothing for you. They're never going to give you the voice to talk to them. I will. I'm going to let the people have the voice back. So you'll be able to be part of your country, what you're meant to be for, to voice your opinions, to give ideas, for the president listens to you every day and take what the people are wanting and what is feasibly logically to be done and what needs to be fixed that's broken, and what the staff behind me that I hired is telling me, to move forward and fight for that. They won't do that, I will. They've already demonstrated they won't do that. They've already demonstrated that for the last 25 years. So If you guys can't accept this has all got to be a joke, then I'm the wrong person to be around because there's no more joking anymore. I've joked enough in my life. You understand? By making the mistakes I made and some of the bad decisions I made. But that does not make me a scumbag. It doesn't make me dumb. It just makes me human. I give you the list. I already put this on. How many presidents had no education that come from poverty that were successful? They self-taught themselves. I'm very good at self-teaching myself. I do it my way. I'm very good at listening to people. Even though people say, so many people try to help me, I do listen. I just do it at my pace. I do respect most people until they stop disrespecting me. So when they start to disrespect me, I don't care then no more. Does my temper and my anger cloud most of my judgment? It has. Do I have the ability to learn? Of course, we all do. Do I have just as good of a chance as you or anybody else to be president? I sure do. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't run for a state office because I'm a fellow, but I can run for the highest office in the United States. That makes no sense to me either. But I can't run for governor or mayor until I get a pardon. I have to get a pardon from 2 places, 3 places actually. One for my federal crime for president. That comes out. He only can pardon federal crimes as president as well. He's the only one who can do that. It's one thing for making a false statement. I have to wait 5 years. January of 2027 will be 5 years, and then paperwork's already done, and then he can officially make his move. He pardons people every day. If you go back, see, I'm part of an app for the White House that lets you know everything he does, and he's got a list every day of pardoning people. He just pardoned Darryl Strawberry last month. Yeah, the former baseball player. He's who's been retired for I don't know how many years, but he pardoned for his crimes when he was a baseball player and he got in trouble when he was an addict. He's pardoned regular people too. He doesn't just pardon the rich and his buddies. So it should be no problem. I should be able to get pardoned. Now, I had a couple things in Illinois in my 30, 40 years ago that are so old that when I talked to the secretary in the governor's office, and she sent me all the packet to fill out and told me exactly what I need to do, and I have to get one thing that I can't find online, and I have to wait for them to send it from the Cook County Court Division with the official, have me copies of documents. I got to June 1st to get it in. My hearing's in July. So I'm already on the docket for July. For that governor of Illinois to pardon me for what I did 30 years ago in Illinois. Then I got to right here, which is the paperwork is done. I just got to get off time to go down to Pinellas County Courthouse to get the papers. They have to be original. I got the copies. They won't accept them. So I have to get them straight from them with the timestamp. Put them in the packet and send it to the governor here. And he takes his time, she said. He don't have court schedules like the Illinois does. It goes to his desk when he feels like reading it, and then he makes his decision to pardon you. And that's for what happened in 2013. My sheet is not like this. I got a sheet like that. That's it. That's how thick my jacket is. Okay? That's it. Just it. There's a few pages in there. Not like this, like this. I worked my whole life. I did. But I made some mistakes. I'm human. I made bad choices. I was an addict. But I know what an addict details. I know what an addict, how helping that, how to make an addict stop. I know it takes a lot of love and positive and a right program. People talk about when they were on opiates. Opiates, they had clinics. So you got Suboxone, but you don't understand. They're just feeding you another drug. You know that, right? It's a short-term fix. It's either going to work, but you're still getting fed drugs. It's just not as coming off is not as bad as coming off opiates or heroin. There's no type of drug you can take to get off methamphetamine. You got to do it from your mind and want it. Do you understand that? They don't have anything programmed for that. There's no drug in the world that can get you off of methamphetamine unless you choose to. There's a big difference for the opiate people. They have clinics that will help them. You understand that, right? You have to be wanting it and do it. Of course, it's in my late 50s, I decided there's no way I could do drugs anymore. Not the health and shape I'm in. And I have to, come on, wake up. You're in your 50s, you're still doing drugs. I know it's a disease, but I told myself, you're stronger than that. You could do this. So I still was weak though. It took me to go actual prison to realize, boy, you've hit the bottom of your barrel now. You're in prison. You gonna stop now? You gonna stop now? And I still thought about it then. But I said, you know what? It's gotta stop. Because I can't do this. I'm not healthy. I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna die from it. And I don't want to die early. It'd be selfish to my family if I do that when I could fix the problem. You make a choice to either want to get better in life or you don't. But everybody has the ability to do that and change their life. Believe it or not, I don't care. Like me or not, I don't care. But I promise you, most of you wouldn't sustain 1/5 of the things that I went through in my life. I don't care if you think that I'm being ignorant, if I'm being cocky. I promise you that. And I did it, and I fought, and I got back up, and I moved forward. It took me a lot of years to take baby steps. And I had a lot of bad habits. That didn't make me a bad person. It just made me a compulsive person that was making bad choices. People say he admits it. Yes, I used to love doing drugs. I loved doing drugs because it sheltered all my pain. Was I thinking clearly when I said that? No, I was not. Was I clouded because I was saying stupid? Yes. Was I sick in the mind from the drugs? Yes. It's a disease. Just like someone that becomes an alcoholic and delivers a dial, they say, I don't need a drink. I'm not drinking. It's the same thing. You understand that if you're a true person that can be serious for 1 minute and sit down and look at yourself in the mirror, because I promise you, a lot of people that troll me are either a drunk or an addict too, or they've done something wrong in their life. They just too chicken shit to admit it. They don't want to tell their personal life because they want to rather just tell the lie and antagonize someone else. That's fine. If you want to live your life like that, that's on you. That's not how I live. Most of the time, I prefer truth than a lie. We're all capable of lying, and I am very capable of lying. I don't necessarily want to do that. And I try everything in my heart to be 100% honest. And anyhow, Sagittarius, if you like astrology and understand astrology, Sagittarius people were mostly truthful people. We don't lie. We would rather tell the truth than tell a story. That's how we are. And astrology is real. Science is real. Generally, we're not liars. We will lie, and we're good at it. But that's not the route we want to take. So yes, I have many faults, just like many of you do. Bacon Bits 6664, Jared Stevenson. Mr. Catalano, pleased to meet you. Well, Jared, if that is your real name and you're telling me the truth, it was nice to meet you too. And if you're a friend of Nick Saw's, really a friend, and I trust Nick Saw's judgment, I would like to meet you and maybe talk with you. If you're being 100% real me, I am glad to meet you, sir. And get a hold of Nick Saw. Tell Nick Saw to call me and tell me a little bit about your history, or you could be on the call too. We can do a three-way. The pleasure is mine, sir. I need people to step up and back me. Not with your money, with your knowledge, with wanting to be part of something bigger than you, bigger than me, our country that we should all love and care for. There's no such thing as he shows some intelligence. Either I'm a dummy or I'm less intelligent. And I'm going to lean that I'm pretty intelligent. You just guys don't want to bother to see that. I really am. And I play very well a dummy. And some people have figured out he's real good at playing a dummy. I really am. There are some things I legitimately can't do. I can't spell that good and I can't put sentences there. My problem is reading comprehension. I can read 10 books and not tell you one thing I read. That's been my problem my whole life. But now that I'm older and I can train myself better to pay more attention, maybe I could fix that problem. I never cared about school. It wasn't my life. That's on me. But now I care enough that I want to absorb it all. So I'm taking classes. I'm doing online courses. Right now I'm doing American politics. And I'm learning a lot of great stuff. I took a pre-test the other day, the Constitution that you get in 8th grade. I passed it. It took me 4 tries to pass it, but I passed it. I passed it with 85%. But it took me 4 times. But I wasn't that off when I failed. I was in the high 70s when I failed. And you have to, I'm sorry, but it's you had that 80% to pass. I was at 74, 76, and 77. The 3 I failed. 4th time I passed. So I was off by a couple questions. And that's because you want to know why? I didn't really study. I was just guessing. So when I finally said the 4th time, let me read everything, And I read it, and I read it again and again and again. And I said, okay, after 5 times reading it, I started comprehending it. I passed. I applied myself, and I did. So I know that if I apply myself, I can do something. That don't make me dumb. It makes me uneducated for what you learn in school. I'm poor skills in that area, but I'm very smart in other areas. I am a decent person. A lot of people love me. See, there's never always been two ways with me. People either love me or they hated me. There's never been in between with me. Most the people that love me, they love me for life. They just think I'm the greatest thing in the world. People that hate me, they hate hard, and that's the way I like it. I don't want no gray areas of my life. I want black, white. That's it. And to make a comment, how I said those people, you are a drunk. That's obvious, and I'll say that freely. I can tell you like to drink, and it shows in your way you look. So you want to start insulting, I can insult back. But that's not the route I want to go. That's the route you want to go. You started all this. You didn't know nothing about me, and you did believe people, and that's what you said. You said it out of your own mouth. Stop being delusional and flipping it to me. You want to clout chase? Do it. Don't do it at my expense. You know damn well I'm the most hated guy besides Stuttering John, but I get a lot of juice and fire behind me. So you know damn well you wanted a name for yourself. You picked me. That's what Buckman told you to do because he does the same thing. And if you call me crazy, I'm not crazy. I'm telling you for real. Stop clout chasing me. You want me to help you? You want to get known on the bigger shows? I'll help you do that. Just ask. But don't be a liar and a phony. And tell me you're not all googly for the Davenports because you are. You can't wait to get on that plane and get out there 5 days early. And then who do you think you are? I don't care if you got no filter. And I promise you, you won't come up to my face and tell me what you said you're going to do. You will not. I guarantee that. You're all mouth. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. And I don't want I don't want to talk. I don't want to ever talk your name again or talk about you. Like I said, I had no problem with you till you came forth to decide to clout chase me and follow Smooth Buckman. Good luck with that. Like I said, 5 months, 6 months, 8 months down the line, you're going to have a whole different opinion of all the people you like. I promise you that. It's not the Dabverse. You think there's good in the Dabbleverse? That's your biggest mistake because there's not. There's good people, but the Dabbleverse is evil. And I stand by that. Staggering Jason Maldonado. It's a good Spanish name, Maldonado. What's your plan to help dark-skinned people's community? Why do you have to say dark-skinned? I know they don't like African. Black people is what they want to be called. I want to be called white people. I'm a white person. They're black people. Like Miss Shauna said, and like I say all the time, there's good white people, there's trash white people, there's good Chinese people, there's bad and good in every shape. But when you know me, you know I'm one of the righteousest, most kindest person in the world. Get the shirt off my back. And I put on a show like everybody else. So, like Lou said, he said it the other day, he is totally 100% different in real life. I don't walk around screaming in my house. My daughter, oh my God, my poor daughter with that man, the way she's blessed not to hear. That's rude to say that. To say that I'm a bad father because I didn't learn fluent sign language. I know a lot of fathers back in the day that worked so many hours and supported their family and gave as much emotional support they can, but they could not miss work because they would not be able to take care of their family. So they missed out on their kids' stuff at school. I didn't. I flew in if I was on the road with the team, and I went to my kids' events. I went. I told my boss, I'll be back tomorrow morning. Put my assistant in charge. As long as I had that job covered, I did whatever I wanted. And I made sure I was at anything important. When my kids were sick, I was there at the hospital with them. So again, your interpretation of a bad father is because you had a bad father. And that's why you're hating on me. But if you think that one factor makes me a horrible father, you are exactly nuts like I knew you were. You ask any of my kids, I'd like to be in the room. Go find my kids. Go find all my kids, and they'll tell you. My dad wasn't perfect, but my dad did 100% put the time in to do right by us. Every aspect of their life. Believe that. I don't care. I'm not Stuttering John. I consider to make it. First of all, you're right. Don't tell me. You act like you own me. Don't be putting I'll put whatever I want about my life out there. And I don't get mad when people talk about it. I get mad when people lie about it. There's a difference, young lady. And you are quite younger than me. And a lot dumber than me. I hate to tell you that. Because you're a clout chasing bitch. I'm going to say that, and I mean it. I know you're watching out because you never get no sleep and your husband's sleeping away and I listen to you. I don't know how he puts up with you. Because you're a menace. I would never be married to someone like you. Just like you think I drive my wife to death. I'm a quiet soul. I hardly bother I don't talk that much in my house. When I'm done with my rants on the hotbed, I forget about it. I don't even remember half the shit I say to people. I go with what they want. That's it. I put on a show. Something you should learn how to do. Have a good night.